Good morning, everybody. Before I start, I wanted to say I will be using a microphone today. The ventilation system here in the gym is fairly loud and my voice is a little hoarse. So if it sounds a little echoey in the audio, that's why. Okay, so let's get started. So I've been asked a handful of times to do a basics to cardio drumming. The equipment we use, the way we pick a song, how we develop a routine, and things that kind of go along with it. So this is unscripted. I have a list of talking points that I'll be following. So if I ramble or, again, kind of fall over my words, I do apologize. And I do move my hands a lot when I talk. I hope it's not too distracting. So I, again, have had more than a handful of requests to do a video like this. So I'm going to try and keep it as short and concise as possible so you can get through it quickly and get started on your fitness journey, or maybe create your own routine, or do this along at home or wherever you're at with me. So to start off, the equipment. The equipment that I use is just a basic physio ball. Nothing special about it, or a yoga ball, whatever you'd like to call it. You can get them anywhere. Athletic equipment is sold. But my one recommendation for this is that you use at least a 65 centimeter ball. That's what this is. It's a little underinflated right now. I do that just for purposes of the videos so the ball doesn't take up too much space and you can kind of see my feet when I'm standing behind it. But a 65 centimeter ball, for those of you who may not know, means that the circumference of the ball, when it's fully inflated, is 65 centimeters. Now, if you'd like to use a bigger ball, you can. I know they make them in various sizes, 75 centimeters, 85 centimeters. I know they keep going up from there. I'm not sure how far. But I wouldn't personally go any smaller than 65 centimeters because once you get smaller than that, it does become a little more challenging or difficult to do some of the moves or of the routines, and it limits your space, obviously. So 65 centimeters for me is kind of the sweet spot, but depending on, again, the demographic you're working with or personal preference, you could do bigger than 65. So yeah, it's just a regular yoga ball, nothing special about it. Yeah. The bucket that it's sitting in comes with it. It's a set that we buy from a vendor here in our school district. But you don't have to have this style of bucket. You can use any type of device to hold the ball. An old paint bucket works really well. A milk crate. They have at Walmart, Target, you name it. I think it's Rubbermaid is the brand that sells a bucket that looks kind of like this. It comes with a lid, but it's big, it's round, typically a little taller, so yes, the ball will sit higher, but you could use something like that too. Don't have to be too picky about it. Now, if you don't have access to a physio ball, or you can't find one, a chair works great too. We do this in our PE class because we don't have enough of the physio balls to go around for every single kid. So we use just a plastic chair. You could use a chair at home. You could use a table, whatever you have available. And the kids like it because it makes a really good noise. So you don't have to be limited to a ball. You could use any type of, again, chair or table or desk, just anything that makes noise and that you can drum on, okay? For the pool noodles, I use these for two reasons. Number one, they are cost efficient. They're easy to use with a large group of students, and they are cheap to replace if they rip or they break, which they inevitably will just with use over time. Fun fact, these two pool noodles are the ones I've used in every single video since I started the channel. So there's a lot of mileage on these guys. They've held up really well. It's a standard pool noodle, so you put it together. It's about 4 feet long. Cut it in half. You got about 2 feet worth of pool noodle in each hand. This is a good length for me. If you'd like to go any longer or shorter, again, it's personal preference. This is just what works for me. Red, the reason I use red is contrast. It contrasts really nicely on the background. It makes it easy to see the movements that I'm doing. So they don't have to be red. They can be any color you'd like. I just do it for sake of the videos, and so it's easier for everyone following along to be able to see the movements when I'm doing it. I've found that sometimes if I use different colors or other colors, they tend to get washed out in the background with the lighting and the white paint here in the gym. So that's the reason for the red pool noodles. Now you don't have to use noodles. If you would like, you can use some drumsticks. These are the sticks that come with this, the ball and the bucket set. They're just wooden. Nothing special about them, just 2 wooden sticks. If that's more your speed, then feel free to do that. Nothing special about them. You can just buy these anywhere in any kind of store that sells music equipment or Amazon. But again, if that's what you want to use over the pool noodles, oops, excuse me. It's the fun of shooting a live video here. That's perfectly fine. Now, if you don't have sticks or noodles, I know sometimes pool noodles can be hard to find based on the time of year because they're kind of a seasonal item. Other items that we've encouraged our kids to use when they were at home and we were doing remote learning with them, we would say, grab some pencils or maybe some plastic kitchen utensils like, plastic serving spoons, a pasta fork, things like that work really well too. Or even wooden spoons work really well. So with cardio drumming, that's kind of the nice thing about it is if you don't have the actual equipment, a little creativity goes a long way. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can use just a lot of the resources and materials that you already have at your disposal in your home or wherever you are hosting your classes. So that's the basics of the equipment. Again, nothing too special. There's nothing unique or special or significant about the stuff that I use. Mainly, for my purposes, it's the stuff that we buy through our vendors, and it's the stuff that allows you to follow along easily with me here in the gym. All right, so that's equipment. Now songs, how do I pick songs? Well, I made a short video on that last week, I believe. For my purposes here, I work in an elementary school, pre-K through 5th grade. So my rule is, again, if I wouldn't play it in front of my kids or in front of parents at the school, then I won't make a song to it. That's the first thing. The second thing is I look at a consistent, or look for a consistent beat, rhythm, tempo to the song. Now, I am in no way a music specialist or a music major. My knowledge in how music is written and how it flows is very basic. So I can keep a beat, which is pretty much all you need to do to make a good routine for cardio drumming. So that's how I pick it. I look for songs that have a consistent rhythm, a consistent tempo, a consistent beat, things like that, because it does make it easier to create movements to go along with it. If you have a lot of tempo changes where it's fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, it does make it a little more difficult to make a song or, a routine out of it. So the way I tackle it is I look for songs that have a real consistent 8 count. So you look at a lot of choreographed dances in music videos, they are at an 8 count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? That's what I look for in the song. So I'll listen to it and I'll see if it has that consistent 8 count. Sometimes it's a 4 count, but more or less the same thing. So if it's got a consistent 8 count, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or it could be sped up, just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, or it could be slower, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so forth and so on. As long as it has that consistent 8 count through the majority of the song, it's something I'm like, okay, I can make a routine to that. So, a really good example is the first song I actually made a routine to. It's BTS Dynamite. It's, got a really consistent 8 count all the way through the entire song. And that's from the introduction of the song to the first verse, the first chorus, the second verse, the second chorus, then the bridge, and then the last chorus, and typically some kind of outro or exit. So when I, again, look for a song, I look for the consistency in the pattern of the song when it comes to the 8 count, and I also look for what parts does it have. So does it have an intro, first verse, first chorus, second verse, second chorus, bridge, third chorus, and the end. So a lot of my songs you'll see are real simplistic in that nature because of that. So I'm going to put on BTS right now and just show you what I mean by the 8 count. Morning, Coach Perez. You're going to be in one of my videos, by the way. I'm recording. Yeah, no, I'm recording. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. That's Coach Perez, everybody. She says hi. You're good, Coach. Don't worry about it. All right, so like I was saying, I'm going to put on the BTS Dynamite right now for the first verse, just to show you what I mean by the 8 count. So if you see me counting in my videos, by the way, like you see me just kind of like counting or mouthing it, it's usually I'm counting the beats to make sure that I am, on time with my movements. So let me grab my noodles and I'll get the song started. Oh, give me 1 second. Gotta hook up my phone to the speaker. All right.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea, and I'll get my ping pong. This is getting heavy, can't hit the bass, boom, I'm ready. Live.
So you can see, while I was doing that, it was just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can change the pattern of the movements for each 8 count if you want, depending on how simplistic or how complex you want the routine to be. Depending on just, again, the song and the complexity of the song, I will incorporate a lot of different movements or keep it simplistic. It all, again, just depends on the song. So if you're creating one, it's just up to you. If you want to keep it simplistic and keep the movements real simple, you can. Or if you want to change it up every 8 count like I did there, I did 8 on the top, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I did 8 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then I did kind of the back and forth, 8 of them, and then we're into the next. So find a song that has a consistent 8 count, and that will help you create a routine with the various movements you would like to incorporate. So, the last thing I want to touch on before I end the video, because I'm going on, I think, 15 minutes, is if you are creating one, try to incorporate both upper body and lower body. There are individuals who may not have access or the ability to do lower body work, but that's one of the, again, the beauties of cardio drumming is it's so adaptive. Anyone can do it. So I have a lot of folks I work with over in North Carolina at a senior center who they're only able to use their upper extremities. So that's why you see in every video that I do, I try to incorporate upper and lower body so that again, the material, the routines can be as far-reaching and as approachable as possible to everyone. So I hope that answered any questions. If there's anything I didn't touch on or anything that you're still not clear on, please feel free, reach out to me in comments, or you can email me, or in the description of my channel, there is my social media accounts. I have 3 social media accounts. I have obviously YouTube, but I also have a Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, and Facebook. So feel free to follow me on there, and you can shoot me questions through there too. But other than that, again, I really appreciate all the support. I appreciate the time you take out of your day to spend time with me through the computer, and I hope that you continue to enjoy the routines and just know that, again, that the support, the kind words, the encouragement mean the world to me. So I hope you have a wonderful end of your week. We're Thursday here in Texas. We're getting closer to Friday, and until next time, I'll see you later.